The 2025 Auditor General's report on the Uganda Human Rights Commission indicates that only 36% of the complaints registered were investigated. The chairperson of COSASE, Mwadankunyingi, said the report further shows that a significant number of cases remained unresolved. The report also indicates that in 2024, the Commission did not visit a single military detention facility, despite the period being marked by numerous reported human rights violations.
Identifies that 11 cases have been with the Uganda Human Rights Commission for the last 21 years. 11 and 15 years, they have 487 cases which haven't been disposed of.
2023, only one. In 2022, 4. This is at a time when we are seeing increasingly the military doing policing work, doing arrests, doing detentions.
From 2019, the chairperson dies, and now we had the commissioners without a chair. And in line with that, for 51, there was no fully constituted commission. That took another 2 years.
Including our human resource capacity, we have one investigator at each regional office to handle all the cases of investigation.
The Auditor General further observed that only 80 out of 272 cases had been registered in the Commission's case management system. Members of the committee argued that cases that are not properly registered cannot be effectively tracked.
We had challenges. We didn't have, for example, scanners, sufficient scanners. That's why the accounting officer was speaking about the resource issues. We procured scanners and the support systems for the system. However, an analysis of the system by our information officers showed that the system needed to be upgraded.
Officials were also grilled over the Commission's failure to convene tribunals to hear and determine human rights cases. The acting secretary of the Human Rights Commission told the committee that the tribunal last sat in December 2025 at the Commission's Moroto regional offices. The chairperson of the Commission, Mariam Wangadi, attributes the challenge to insufficient resources.
We have never received any allocation for convening tribunal sessions. Without money, we cannot do that. We need to serve summons and hearing notices. We need to give transport refunds to the complainants, transport members of the tribunal to the various regional offices. So without finances, we cannot convene any session.
For us to keep on referring on the resources, when we were even given the additional money, 10 billion, to cover all what we are supposed to do. Like somebody said, we receive salary, we even get allowances, we have cars, they have fuel. Why?
The commissioners were later put on oath after giving contradictory submissions before the committee. Their testimony pointed to deep divisions within the commission.
And we get per diem of 280,000 per night. So these are the resources which I was indicating and clarifying we need. Thank you.
6th of March 2026, the IGG wrote to the Secretary Uganda Human Rights Commission, subject, investigations into the allegation of maladministration, corruption, abuse of office in Uganda Human Rights Commission. The letter is here. The IGG went ahead and appointed 2 investigators to investigate this matter.
There's something wrong in the commission. We have never had a commission meeting since March, and I don't know how
Then I don't know what we are doing. So
you are saying instead of budgeting or planning for the core mandate, the money is spent elsewhere. On what?
On travel abroad. People will be traveling in a year like 6 times. Same people.
Members of COSASE expressed mixed reactions to the submissions made by the Human Rights Commission commissioners.
Therefore, that actually since 2024 there hasn't been any case registered, and they are just piling on top of the others that have already been
effectively. Some of these struggles and exchanges are arising out of no finance. You do not have a budget to carry out tribunals.
You'll see compensation of employees, 19 billion. Was this your priority in the budgeting process?
Entity needs a forensic audit, and it's not sinful
is spent at will, and things that are necessary for the commission, they are not investing in them, and they come here and say there is no money.
Wangadia also acknowledged the existence of internal disagreements within the commission and explained the measures being taken to reconcile the commissioners and restore cohesion. I'm Nafka Farida and Gloria Gwitabinji at Parliament.